Good evening, class. Thank you for giving me chance to do a presentation about Senior Arnold. It is from the part-time of Indian diary. So, without further ado, let's start. If you notice, there is a picture of Senior Arnold, and there is alcohol. So it shows that he is a alcoholic. And I put the first topic, Senior Arnold, a spirit. This is his name. The alcoholic father who supports Junior unconditionally. This is the all this character about. And I am giving some point there. He is an alcoholic, but he cares about his family. He is a poor man, but he is capable of taking risk. He knows how to laugh in the midst of death. So in the first slide, we are trying to explain about the senior's character, which is an alcoholic, but he cares about the family. He cares about his son, and he is willing to take risk. He is willing to do the things nobody in the reservation did. The second slide of this presentation is motivational character of senior spirit. And if you noticed, I put a picture there with a father and a son. The father is encouraging the son. The first point of this slide is, normally people from a reservation want to stay in their territory. Nobody wants to go out, they want to stay together, stick together. But senior simply allows junior to go to Riordan, and he advised junior to dream big, to get big. This is a gesture of motivational character. What I am trying to tell here is, like people in a regular reservation, they are in a reservation, they born in here, they grew up in there, and they die there. But senior was the first person who allowed his son to go to Riordan. That is his character which motivates his son and himself. Also, he said his son to dream big, to get big. When he have obstacle in life, the father is always motivating him. The second point of this slide is, senior feels sorry for not being present on Christmas, but saves $5 in his boot as a Christmas gift for his son, because he don't want to disappoint Junior. So all in this book, throughout the book, the Arnold Senior is a unvisible person. He just show up couple times, but it's a full of motivation. And he motivates his son. Although he is an alcoholic, he always drink, but he save $5 into his boot so that he can motivate his son and he can give the life to his son. The third point on this slide is, Junior expresses thankfulness to his dad's motivational character. When he says, "Yep, my daddy was an undependable drunk, but he had never missed any of my organized games." So in this book, if we are reading, we find out that if there is any concert going on, any things the junior is doing, senior makes sure that he appears here, forget about all his drinking and his gambling habit, but he always morally encourages his son. In the third slide of this presentation is character defects of senior spirit. So when I put the picture here, you can see the father is drinking alcohol and lying down. This is biggest character defect. And I wrote here, these events shows that senior spirit have some defects of character. Point 1, senior spirit decide to kill Oscar so that Oscar does not suffer from pain, but he cries. Oscar is a loving dog of the family. Everybody loves him, but because he's suffering, he decided to kill. So he's just struggling. He decided to kill, but he's crying there. So this is his character defect. Second defect I found, senior is unsure to send junior to Riordan because he thinks that he cannot afford to move there. And he says that there is no transportation for the school. In one hand, he wants to send his son to a good school, but at the other hand, emotionally he is unbalanced. This is his character defect. He thinks that he cannot move there or there is no transportation. Third point in the slide is, senior is scared on the first day of school of his son. Normally, a father should be encouraging, giving his son a strength and giving him hope, doing him positive things, but he just scared himself. He dropped off at school and said, I am scared too. Rather than telling son, everything will be fine, he said, son, I am scared too. This is another character defect of senior. And lastly, senior took the money of his family and ran away to get drunk on Christmas. Christmas is a very precious day into this culture. And in that day, he just take all the money what they have a little bit in poor and run to drink. So this is his biggest character defect. Now after this 3 slides, I will give this presentation to my friend Anthony. He will be explaining to you guys about next slides. So here he is. So now,
Alright, hello. I'm going to be explaining the 4th slide, and I'm going to be explaining the impact of Arnold's personality. So on the first bullet point, when Junior hits Mr. P and notices his father's disappointment, Junior rethinks about his behavior. His dad drives him to apologize to Mr. P because he felt ashamed of himself. On the second point, Senior says, you are so brave, you are a warrior to Junior on his first day of school, which gives Junior courage to advance his life. It impacted Junior to believe in himself, to continue what he's doing is right. On the third bullet point, sober Senior is in home and gives $1 on Halloween to Junior, so Junior gets encouragement to impress Penelope. Senior's behavior on Halloween impacted Junior to impress his love by offering him some money, which he never had. So, yeah. And last bullet point, when Junior asks why Indians celebrate Thanksgiving, Senior says, we give thanks to that they didn't kill all of us. This statement changed Junior's vision about life. The positive thinking of Senior made his son enjoy the Halloween with his family despite the family being poor. And the 5th slide, the last slide, I'll be explaining the importance of Arnold Sr. The first bullet point is, without Arnold Sr., the book will be incomplete. By introducing his dad in the story, shows that his father was supportive on his troubled times. And then the second bullet point, he is the one who supports Junior to take off from res. In the story, he was willing to agree for Junior to switch schools, even though many people on the res will hate him for it. And on the third point, he encouraged Junior to improve the life and do something new. For example, when Junior told his dad that he wanted to join volleyball, he agreed to encourage him to join the sport, even though he never heard his son to join volleyball or something incredibly new besides basketball. And then the last point, he teaches his family about togetherness, unity, and celebration, all condition of life and term. For example, on Halloween, Senior doesn't drink on the holidays, and he just stays home to spend the company of his family. And I like to conclude the presentation to illustrate the difference of Arnold's character. I hope you have a good understanding of his character.
thank you for listening to us. Have a nice day.